Have you ever felt like you're always the one reaching out first? The one sending the message, the one checking in, the one giving, always giving. And yet, there's this emptiness inside you. A quiet ache that whispers, "Why do I always have to earn love?" Dear Cancer, today, the universe is asking you to pause, to stop chasing after love that doesn't return the same energy, to stop thinking that you must be more kind, more patient, more forgiving, just to be seen, just to be kept. You've spent so much time holding space for others, so much time being the safe harbor for people who didn't know how to stay. And somewhere along the way, you forgot how to hold space for yourself. But I want you to hear this clearly. You are not hard to love. You are not too emotional, too sensitive, too much. You're just used to giving so much of your light to those who never knew how to cherish it. Today's message isn't about someone else. It's about you, your heart, your softness, your worth. So take a deep breath with me. Let go of the need to be chosen. Let go of the fear that you'll be forgotten if you stop trying. Because what if the love you've been chasing was never meant to be chased at all? What if the kind of love your soul needs has been waiting for you to finally choose yourself? Let's begin this journey inward together. You see, Cancer, your heart has always known what it needs, but somewhere along the way, life taught you to silence it, to be practical, to be tough, to smile even when you're aching inside. And so you became the strong one, the one who holds it all together, even when you're falling apart. But strength isn't about holding back your tears. It's not about pretending you're okay, just so no one else has to feel uncomfortable. True strength is standing in the truth of who you are, even when the world tells you that your softness is a weakness. Because it's not. Your emotions, your ability to feel so deeply, that is your magic. That is your superpower. Not everyone can carry the weight of love like you do. Not everyone can sense what's unspoken, or sit in silence with someone and still understand their pain. But you do. And that's why your healing matters. Because when you begin to pour all that love back into yourself, you start to glow. You start to remember that you were never meant to beg for affection, never meant to prove your worth. You were meant to be held in return. You were meant to be chosen not because of how much you give, but simply because of who you are. So, take this moment now. Place your hand over your heart and whisper, "I am allowed to receive love. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to be me." Let that truth settle into your bones. You're not here to chase love. You're here to remember that you already are it. Let's talk about the silence you keep. That quiet space where you hide your disappointments, where you bury your unmet needs, where you whisper to yourself, "It's okay, I'll be fine." Apes. But is it really okay? Are you really fine? Or have you simply learned to live with less than you deserve? You see, Cancer, sometimes you love people so much that you accept crumbs, and you turn those crumbs into feasts in your mind just to keep the connection alive. You remember the good days. You hold on to the smallest gestures, hoping they mean something more than they do. But deep down, you know when someone isn't showing up. You feel it in your gut, in the heaviness behind your smile, in the way your body tenses when the phone stays silent. This is your reminder. Love should never feel like waiting to be seen. It should never feel like shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's world. You deserve to be loved out loud, consistently, clearly, and without confusion. So tonight, let's clear the space. Let's clear the energy of almosts, maybes, and half-hearted efforts. You don't need to carry the weight of people who only show up when it's convenient for them. You are worthy of presence, of depth, of someone who doesn't just love the idea of you, but loves the real you, the emotional, intuitive, sensitive, fierce soul that you are. So, Let's make space for that. Let's make space for a love that feels like home. Because you are finally coming home to yourself. Breathe with me, Cancer. Inhale, hold, exhale. Let yourself settle into this moment. Let the noise soften. Let the tension melt from your shoulders. There's nothing you have to do right now, except just be. Because in this sacred pause, you begin to hear the truth your soul's been whispering for so long. You are tired, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. You've been carrying the weight of others' emotions, the pressure to always be available, the fear that if you set a boundary, you'll lose love. But my dear, boundaries don't push love away, they protect it. They protect you, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to unplug. It's okay to retreat and recharge. You are not a machine. You are a vessel of divine energy, and even the ocean rests. So, let today be a turning point. Let this be the night you finally choose to pour back into yourself, to light your own candle instead of burning out for everyone else. Because the truth is, your light is needed. But it shines brightest when it comes from a place of fullness, not depletion. So tonight, let's not just rest the body, let's rest the heart. Let's speak gently to the parts of you that feel forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And that is beautiful. There's something sacred about your softness, Cancer. In a world that rushes, you pause. In a world that performs, you feel. And while others may not always understand your depth, you carry the quiet wisdom of the moon itself. You know how to hold space for others, how to sit with someone's sorrow, how to feel what they can't even say. But now, I want to ask you something. Who holds space for you? Who truly sees your heart, not just the parts that give, but the parts that ache? The parts that long to be wrapped in gentleness? Tonight is not about answers. It's not about fixing anything. It's simply about recognizing yourself again, not as someone who's always strong, but as someone who is allowed to soften, to cry, to need. Because needing is not weakness, it's human. And healing begins the moment we allow ourselves to be honest about what still hurts. So take this moment to check in. Where do you feel empty? Where do you feel unseen? Where are you still waiting for someone to say, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere? And if no one has said that to you lately, then hear it now, from me to you. I see you. I honor your softness. And you are worthy of being held too. Let this be the night you stop apologizing for how deeply you feel. Because your depth is your gift. And someday, very soon, it will be the reason someone chooses to stay. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're standing at the edge of the ocean, your bare feet touching the cool, wet sand, the waves gently lapping in and out, matching the rhythm of your breath. This is your sacred space. No one else is here, just you. And the knowing that you are safe. Let the sound of the water remind you. You are allowed to come and go, to rise and fall, to feel fully, then retreat again. You don't have to explain your tides to anyone. There's a part of you so intuitive, so ancient, that has always known when it's time to hold on and when it's time to let go. So tonight, let's release what no longer serves. Let's release the expectations that make you feel small. Let's release the memories that still haunt the quiet hours. Let's release the guilt for simply needing rest. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are cycling, just like the moon, just like the sea, just like all things in nature that know. Healing takes time, and time is not your enemy. So give yourself permission to feel whatever you need to feel. Tears, silence, joy, surrender, all of it belongs here. And as you stand at the water's edge within your soul, know this: you are not alone. The universe is whispering in the wind. I've got you. You can let go now. There's something powerful about silence, Cancer. It's not empty. It's full of truth, of memory, of presence. And tonight, I invite you to step into that silence, not to escape the world, but to finally hear yourself again. What have you been longing to say, but haven't? What feelings have you been carrying that no one has noticed? What parts of you are still waiting to be acknowledged? In the stillness, your soul speaks, and it doesn't shout. It whispers gently, "I miss being held. I wish someone understood. Endif, I'm tired of being the strong one." And that's okay. You don't have to silence those thoughts anymore. You don't have to pretend you're fine when you're not. You were never meant to hold everything alone. You were never meant to be the healer without being healed, the giver without being filled, the light without ever being allowed to dim. So tonight, give yourself this sacred space, a moment of honesty, a breath of truth, a quiet confession between you and the universe. Say it all not out loud, but in your heart, and then feel what happens next. A loosening, a release, a soft surrender. Because when you let yourself be real, you begin to remember you are enough, exactly as you are. You are worthy, even when you're weary. And you are loved, deeply, quietly, endlessly. Sometimes healing doesn't look like a grand breakthrough. Sometimes it looks like brushing your hair slowly, or making your bed when you didn't feel like getting up. It looks like saying no when you've spent years always saying yes. It looks like crying in the shower and realizing that's not weakness, that's cleansing. Cancer, your path is not about rushing. It's about remembering. It's about noticing the smallest acts of self-love and realizing they are not small at all. Tonight, pause and notice the way your chest rises and falls. That's your body still choosing life. The way your heart keeps beating, that's your soul saying, "I'm not done yet. I still have light to give." You've come so far, and even if you don't feel proud, I am. I see the quiet ways you've shown up for yourself, the moments no one clapped for, but you still chose to keep going. So please be gentle with yourself. Let the softness in. Let tonight be less about fixing and more about resting, less about striving and more about simply being. Because you are not broken. You are becoming. You are unfolding slowly, beautifully, just as you're meant to. Do you know what's truly brave, Cancer? It's waking up each day with a heart that still chooses love, even after everything it's been through. You've been hurt. You've carried betrayal in your chest and disappointment in your bones. You've given your best to people who didn't always deserve it. And still, your heart beats with compassion. That's not weakness. That's strength beyond measure. Tonight, let yourself feel how extraordinary you are. You don't need anyone to validate your worth. You don't need the world to understand the depth of your love or the quiet intensity of your loyalty. Because you know, and the universe knows, and that's enough. Maybe you've felt invisible lately, as if your efforts go unseen. But let me tell you this, the energy you pour into others, it doesn't disappear. It echoes. It lives on in every life you've touched, every soul you've held, every heart you've helped heal, even when no one said thank you. You are a blessing walking this earth, and the world is better because you're here. So tonight, don't underestimate the light you carry. Rest in the knowing that you matter, that your love makes a difference, and that even if no one sees you right now, you are never forgotten in the eyes of the divine. As we close this evening together, take a long, deep breath in and slowly let it go. Let go of the tension. Let go of the stories replaying in your mind. Let go of the need to be perfect or strong or okay. Just be here, right now, in this sacred, quiet moment. Cancer, your soul is tired, but not defeated. Your heart is tender, but still open. And that's something worth honoring. Tonight, speak kindly to yourself. Whisper a truth you've forgotten. I am enough. I am healing. I am held. Let the stillness wrap around you like a soft blanket. Let your angels draw near. Let the divine meet you exactly where you are, not where you pretend to be. This is not the end of your story. Just a pause. Just a breath between chapters. And what comes next is not only possible, it's beautiful. So rest, dear soul. You've done enough for today. Let the moon watch over you. Let peace find its way into your chest. And when you wake tomorrow, may your spirit rise gently, like the tide, like the light, like hope itself. Good night, beautiful heart. You are deeply loved. Now rest.